Hey guys and girls, what is going on? It is Jed here today, and today I'm here with a Celestial Storm TCG battle. So yes, it is in honor of the newest set that came out today, Celestial Storm. And right now I'm just showing you the deck list that I made. I got all these cards from my Sun and Moon Celestial Storm pre-releases. These are not the decks that I use in the actual pre-releases. I just want to make that clear. So I'm happy that Anthony was able to help me in this video. He is on the left and I'm on the right. I am playing Manectric and he is playing Swampert. And I specifically made these decks for this video. So they are 40 card decks. So there will be 4 prizes to be taken. So I do get a basic and Anthony unfortunately gets a mulligan. And if you are new to the game, you do place a die on top of your deck whenever your opponent mulligans. So here are Anthony's 4 prizes that he's placing down, and then we'll get the game started. So I do get the best start I could possibly have. I do start with Manectric with his ability Electric Start, and alongside that I have Registeel on the bench for me to power up. And then he does start with Dunsparce with a Strike and Run, and then he'll just pass because he can't attack. I do attach an electric energy to Manectric, and then I use double charge and attach 2 basic energy to my Registeel and power him up. So Dunsparce does have 40 damage on it, only 10 HP remaining. I'm sure Anthony will use Strike and Run to get some basics on his bench, so he obviously won't lose the game. And he does. He looks for some Pokemon, and he does bench 2 Mudkips and 1 Kyogre. So I do attach to the Registeel. It's fully powered up now, and it's able to attack. I do play a Copycat. So I do indeed remember that Anthony had 9 cards in his hand, so I will be drawing 9 cards. And it will definitely help me to bench more Pokemon and power up so I can secure this game. And I do use Manectric's double charge for the knockout, and I do attach 2 basic energies to the Registeel. He does promote the Mudkip. He evolves the bench Mudkip into Marshtomp and uses Underground Expedition. So Underground Expedition, you look at the bottom 4 cards of your deck and you take 2, put in your hand, and put the rest back in any order under your deck. So he does have an energy in his hand to attach per turn, and he does indeed attach to Mudkip. I think it would have been better off if he attached to Marshtomp, because he would get that powered up, and knowing that you can only attach 1 basic energy per turn, just powering up that Marshtomp would be very helpful. And on my side, I use Nest Ball, and I do put Beldum on the bench. And knowing that Mudkip is 70 HP, I do not retreat into a Registeel, whereas I can just attack with Manectric and just use it as a safety, because I don't want the Registeel to get damaged, or any of the Registeel to get damaged. So he draws per turn, and if he does have a Swampert, he can evolve and use Power Draw, then perhaps attach an energy for a turn, and then just leave Mudkip to be knocked out. Oh, and unfortunately he does not attach an energy. I don't know why he didn't Power Draw, but it's now my turn, and I do attach to Beldum and play the Sky Pillar. Sky Pillar is prevent all effects of opponent's attacks, including damage, done to bench Pokemon. So maybe he might power up the Kyogre and do some damage from Dual Splash. And I do promote the Registeel for the knockout and get a prize. Let's see what he does promote. He does promote the Kyogre. Maybe he's going to attack, or he'll probably power up that Swampert on the bench. And here is another water energy. So he does use the Underground Expedition. Maybe he can get some Pokemon out. Other than that, he can't attach anymore, so he might just pass. He does draw a card, and I evolve Beldum into Metang. So next I'll use TV Reporter I draw 3 cards, and then I'll discard a card, and that card will be a metal energy. And then I attach an energy to the Registeel on the bench to ensure that I have an extra Registeel powered up and ready to attack and do 60 damage using Silver Fist. He does use How and passes. I do get the Metagross and evolve it and use the TV Reporter again, and I'll discard a Registeel. So then I will use another Silver Fist for 60 damage, 1 damage counter away from knocking out that Kyogre. Quite unfortunate for me because I'm so close to knocking it out and I have 1 prize left. But anyways, I do bench that Beldum just in case he does have any tricks up his sleeve. So I do get that knockout using Silver Fist, and he does promote his Swampert. So other than that, I don't think he'll be able to come back from this because I just have so many Pokemon on the bench already powered up and ready to attack. And when his Swampert does get damaged, I do not believe that he'll be able to retreat and power it up again just because of the hefty retreat cost. So let's see what he'll do. Maybe he will do Power Draw and put a Mudkip on the bench, then retreat into that. Or maybe he'll just attack. And he does attack, get his first prize card. I do promote the Manectric because of its free retreat cost. And I do evolve into Metang. I can probably just retreat into Registeel and use Silver Fist for that 120, and then next turn I can probably use that Metagross for the knockout. So I do use a copycat. I do draw for 12 cards. I'm not really worried about how many cards are left in my deck because I'm close to winning this game anyways. So I do retreat into that Registeel, and I do Power Draw. Well, not Power Draw. I do Silver Fist for 120 because Swampert does have an ability, which is indeed Power Draw. Look how big my hand is. It's crazy, especially in a pre-release deck, or 40 card deck I should say. He does attach to Swampert, and he does attempt for a Lifer. Can he hit it? Here's the roll. It is Tails. That's quite a bummer. He could have survived another turn. Quite unfortunate for him. He does Power Draw and knock out my Registeel. So that will be game. Metagross uses Meteor Mash for the game. So now here's game 2. I do cut his deck and he will just tap mine, as you can see there. We draw our 7, and both of us do get a basic. So we will be putting that down. And Anthony does opt to go second because knowing that I have a Manectric, he does not want me to get that Manectric start. So we do place our 4 cards, 4 prices down, and here's the handshake. And here we go. So I do start with the 2 Beldum, and he starts with the Kyogre and Kip on his bench. So I attach the Metal Energy to Beldum, and then I'll use Nest Ball to get the Electrike onto the bench, knowing that I do have a Manectric, and I just check the rest of my deck, seeing whether or not cards I need are in my prizes. So here we go, and then all I have to do is pass the turn because I can't attack. Anthony draws a card, and I'm thinking he might attach it to the Kyogre to quickly attack, or he might just power up a Mudkip. So he does use the Underground Expedition and grabs 2 cards and puts the other 2 back and passes. So now I will be able to attack with the Manectric. One thing I made a mistake, I already watched over, is I did not discard that energy. Uh, my mistake. I'm sorry. Don't bash me in the comment section. So I do attack with the Manectric, 40 damage on that Kyogre. He does evolve and attach water energy to that Mudkip and use Howl, and does use that Nest Ball to get a Dunsparce maybe to uh, power up Pokemon later when he uses Strike and Run. So I do get that Metagross and evolve, and we'll use Meteor Mash. Put 60 damage, so Kyogre does have 30 damage left. He is powering up that Marshtomp. Maybe he can get that that Swampert this turn and do Power Draw. So maybe he can do that, or actually no, he's just gonna pass the turn. Then I get that Metal Energy and attach to Beldum and do the knockout with Metagross's Meteor Mash. So he does promote Dunsparce. Maybe he can use Strike and Run and fill up his bench, power some Pokemon, or he can use the other attack, just Sudden Flash, to perhaps stall if he hits that heads and paralyze my Metagross. So let's see what he's gonna do. And he attaches to the Dunsparce instead of attaching to the Marshtomp. Can he get the heads using Sudden Flash? And he does! The Metagross is now paralyzed, and the Dunsparce would be safe for the next turn. So I do use the Copycat, hoping to get a Metang, maybe evolve into Metagross in the later turns, so that I would have a Metagross ready to attack, especially if Swampert comes out and attacks and knocks out the active Metagross on my side. So let's see, do I get a Metang? Let's see. So we bench down an Electrike, and we will use, or actually we'll just pass the turn to Anthony, because knowing that I can't do anything. There we go. So I am no longer paralyzed unless he does indeed use another Sunflash, but he does evolve into Swampert. Maybe he'll do another Power Draw. We'll see here. Maybe he can get another a Mudkip down and then later evolve into Swampert so that he can have multiple on the bench. So he does indeed choose to use Sudden Flash, and he gets a Tails, so he won't be able to paralyze the Metagross. So that is an open opportunity for me, and I do play Tyrant Bull. Hopefully I can get a heads, at least one, but no, I did not. So that's pretty unfortunate. I do bench down a Registeel and attach an energy to it, and then I do evolve one of my Electrics into a Manectric. So down goes the Dunsparce by using a Meteor Mash. Let's see what Anthony can do to respond. He does use a Great Ball. Maybe he can bench down Mudkip and maybe power that up so that he can have an army of Mudkips on the bench to respond to all these Pokemon on my side. So here he's gonna roll. Let's see if he can get two heads. He got one, and no, not in the second one, but a 50%. He did get a heads. So I'm thinking he's gonna get a Marshtomp, and maybe he has a Mudkip in his hand, so he can evolve. There you go. He got the Marshtomp. He can probably evolve into that in the next turn after Mudkip gets placed down on his bench this turn. So will he attach an energy to? Okay, there you go. He does attach an energy to the Swampert, counting up all that damage and he does take his first prize. So down goes the Metagross. I do promote the Manectric, knowing it does have free retreat, and then attach to the Manectric on the bench, just in case I do need that. And then I use double charge and attach 2 energy to my benched Registeel. So now it is powered up, and now we see Anthony's is powering up his Marshtomp on the bench. Probably gonna evolve it into a Swampert soon. And he does go for the knockout. What can I do next? I do promote that Manectric. Let's see what I can do. I do retreat into Registeel, and then I use the Sky Pillar, just in case that Marshtomp wants to do damage on my bench Pokemon. Doesn't hurt to put it there. So then I get the knockout on this Swampert. So he does promote the Marshtomp. If I were him, I would definitely wait to evolve because of Registeel's attack, but he does not. Just because Registeel's attack does 60 more damage towards those Pokemon that has an ability on it. So Swampert will be taking 60 more damage. So I think it would have been a better play if he did wait another turn. But unfortunately he did not. And now Swampert will be getting 60 more damage on it. I think he just wanted to do the power draw to get more cards. So I think that would be better. I think that was his strategy there. So, and I think from that power draw, he probably got that Mudkip. So that's why he played that. And I do get a heads. So I will be getting that Tang and evolving my Beldum into that. I do bench an Electric, and I'll do I'll do 120 damage to that Swampert. So he does attach an energy to that Swampert, and you use the Hydro Pump for the knockout. But before that, he will do Life Herb, and he does hit head, so take off 60 damage. If he did not evolve into that Swampert last turn, there would be no damage counters on that. But as you saw before, he tried to evolve into Swampert, but he did place that Marshtomp that turn, so that avoided him from doing that. But he does get the knockout, 120 damage. So I do promote the Manectric, and I do evolve into a Metagross, so I believe that will do it. I don't think that Swampert has enough energy to finish off that Metagross with that 170 HP. He is just 10 damage short from winning this game. This game was so close. All he can really do is pass to lose the game. Unless he can retreat into Marshtomp, but yet again, that would take a while to power up. I believe that'll do it. A mistake on my part is that I put 2 switches in my deck when I was supposed to do 1 for each. So that might have caused him the game. Yeah, it's my fault for not including 1 switch in his deck. In a situation like this, it is very crucial to have that switch, and just as a way to stall your opponent. So yeah, that's just my part. But anyways, he does attack my Metagross, just 1 damage counter away from winning the game. But then yeah, I just did some random 2 switches and then just attach a random metal energy. Very unnecessary. I just wanted to play all the cards down. But thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.